I want to welcome you to the January 19th team call for Team Fit and Natural and Team Spark. I'd like to welcome you guys and thanks for joining us tonight. It's nice to see so many of you on the call. We're going to start by going over our announcements. So we have a couple of them, so just pay attention to some really important dates of events coming up. We're going to have a bonus challenge group starting on February the 1st. So if you have any additional challengers, we'll be putting up a doc where you can sign up for that challenge group. On February the 1st, we'll also kick off our training. So Coach Basics and the Emerald training will also be starting that day. So if you have coaches that you think would be good candidates for these challenges, now's a really good time to reach out to them and just touch base with them and let them know about the training so that they're looking for the sign up. Dina Reynard, who's on the call, I see her ceiling. Oh, there she is. she is going to be running a free group that everyone is welcome to invite people to. It's going to run February 6th to the 10th. It's going to be called Sensational Sides. It's going to be healthy side dishes and fitness. It's going to require a Beachbody on-demand free trial sign up. So feel free to invite people to that, and that gives them time at the tail end of that for people to then sign up for the challenge group.
February 8th.
Oh, February 8th? Why did I say 6th? February 8th.
The 6th is a Saturday, so it'll be Monday through Friday, February 8th to the 12th.
Sorry about that. 8th through the 12th. Our calendar. Sorry about that. Glad you're here. The 8th to 12th. And then on the 15th, we will have our regular challenge group. The 23rd, we're going to have our live event coach sneak peek. So that's where we do it right in the event page. And we, we've had a lot of fun doing that. It's a very exciting thing. I love, and Charise loves when all the coaches join in. It's a really active hour, and we've gotten some really great coaches to join our teams after doing it. So it's definitely something to invite people to. And we'll talk more about that as that gets closer, but just keep that in your mind that is coming. This week, I know a lot of you signed up for the Team Cup, and that is very, very exciting. For those of you that are new, the Team Cup is really a team building incentive program. It's a 1-month challenge, and you want to try to earn as many Success Club points for your team as possible. And you work as a team, and each team, both Team Spark and Team Fit and Natural, have their own motivation groups on Facebook. So the teams are in groups so we can help motivate each other and help, cheer each other on and share tips and ideas and all that kind of thing so that we can have a very successful cup. I'm going to share my screen for a second. One of the best things about the cup is you can earn some really cool prizes. So I'm going to scroll down and start with the smaller prizes first. Whoops, here we go. So the individual prizes, the tier 1 prizes, if you have 30 team points, and you, each member who earns Success Club 5 or 10 will win a Shakeology tumbler. So that would be great as you're walking around town if you have your Shakeology tumbler. Tier 2, 50 team points plus either, Success Club 5 with 7 Success Club points or Success Club 10. And you're going to get some 22-minute hardcore men and women's apparel, which is fantastic. And then the tier 3 prize, where you require 75 team points and Success Club 10, the coach throw blanket. Now, if your team really hits it out of the park, you could qualify for one of these incredible prizes. So team 6 of the top 10, they get these incredible prizes. There's Apple TVs, solo beats plus the Apple TV, solo wireless beats and Apple TV, studio wireless beats. I wouldn't even know what to do with those, but they're apparently very cool. It's over $579 value. And then the grand prize for the team that comes out on top is a trip to California. You go to headquarters, you do get a live workout with one of the trainers, which is pretty incredible. So it's a great opportunity for you to work together with your teammates, for you to earn free prizes and have some fun. So I hope you all registered your teams. Raise your hand if you're on a Team Cup. Awesome. I love to see all those hands in the sky. Today also was the registration for Punta Cana, and I know that it booked up really, really fast. It's a hot trip, and there were only a limited number of spaces. So if you tried to register and couldn't register, make sure you sign up for the wait list, because a lot of people have had success in the past being called up on the wait list, even at the one of the years, like 2 or 3 weeks before, 2 of our coaches from Team Perseverance got the call, like, you're in, and they were able to go. So you never know. Can't hurt to put your name on the wait list. There's the link. I know you have it on your team page, Charise. I have it on my team page. So if you want to sign up for the wait list, please go ahead. Who did get to book a room? Raise your hand if you booked a room. Awesome. We're going to have some fun. And then I think that's everything, right? Did I mention all the announcements? All right, cool. I'm getting the nod from Charise, so I can move on. Any questions about the announcements? Hold on, there's something in the chat box. Let's see. It says, if I have a challenge during current bonus group, I want to continue. Will they go in the February bonus group? No, well, the current bonus group is a 30-day group, so that would be their group. They only get one 30-day challenge group.
No, I answered her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's saying, like, if they continue as a coach, then what group do they go in? But I'm saying she would just add them into our current regular challenge group because they're a coach, so they can just start at that time.
Perfect. Sorry, I thought that was the second question. I didn't read
No
that.
problem.
Okay, so tonight's topic is organization, which is such a key thing to discuss because, you know, when you first start off, sometimes we don't have a plan about how we're going to do things and we kind of fly by the seat of our pants. And that works for a little while. But as your business builds and builds and builds, you're going to crash and burn if you do not have a good, solid organizational system. And something that actually my success partner, Charise, introduced me to was the fabulous world of Google Drive. It has literally changed my life. I never thought I would say that about anything on a computer, but it has made my life so easy. So I'm gonna go over, hold up, bear with me 1 second. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna hit share screen. So the first thing you need to know is that you need a Gmail for Google Drive, okay? All you need to do is sign up for a Gmail account, and then you can sign into Google Drive. And as you see for Google Drive, you can have Google Docs, which is like Word, Google Sheets, which is like Excel, Google Slides, which is like, that's where we make when we do slideshows for our team calls, that's sort of like a PowerPoint. That's where Google Forms, so you can make a questionnaire. I've never done Google Drawings or Google My Map, but I don't think we'd really need to use those two. But the rest of them are fantastic. So why this is so fantastic is for example, I have my challenge group, the post for the I was looking for it, sorry. Where did it go? I just had it here. In the back office, how they have a challenge group guide, I uploaded it here. Because when you look in the back office, all of those things have the option to do a download for Microsoft Word. So I downloaded it to Microsoft Word and then uploaded it into the Google Drive. And the great thing is I can be on my phone, I can be at home, wherever I am. I have access to, tons and tons and tons of documents, which is so helpful because you can cut and paste from Google Drive. If you're in a PDF in the back office, you cannot cut and paste from there. You can't copy and paste. So having the access to just go press copy and put it into Facebook or send it to a challenger is such a key important thing to have access on my phone, on my iPad, on my computer, wherever I am, I have access to all the same documentation. So this is great. Another way this is great is when you're working with your success partner, other coaches, other teammates, anybody. Charise and I will do a lot of things where, let's do a new training. Let's make a list of our goals. So she'll start it or I'll start it, and then you can share it with each other and you can edit it. But it's actually pretty cool. If you're both on the document at the same time, you can actually see the other person in there. It says like Charise is editing right now. Which is kind of cool. So it's great because I can just send something, and give her access and she can look, and likewise she can do that to me. And it's really, really helpful. And when you divide and conquer jobs like that, it's incredible. Like, I'll type something up and be like, here, Charise, I shared it to you. Charise will type something up, here, Jen, I did this, she shared it to me. It's all about making things easy and easy to share. You don't want to have to make it difficult. I'm going to email it to you and then you have to save it and download it and this and that and the other thing. This is super, super easy. Raise your hand if you're currently using Google Drive. Love it. Love it, love it. Do you have any babies using Google Drive? Nope, no hands up over there. So what we would really like you to do is, even if it's not Google Drive, you need to have, I know there are a couple other things like Evernote and things like that that you can also have access on your phone, on your computer, on your iPad. Try out Google Drive. I think it's one of the easiest formats to use because it is Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. They're all formats that we've been using in college, at our work sites for many, many years. So you're very familiar with how it works. So if you don't have it, I'd like you to try it, give it a test run, try to save and download some things from the back office, try sharing it with one of your, either your success partner or a fellow coach, and see how that works out. And when you are, you know, speaking to a challenger, like I have all my scripts in there. So I have all my steps for the 5-step invitation process. So it's just copy, paste, copy, paste. It is totally free, Eleanor. 100% free. That's the best part about it. There's no fee for it. And I've got tons of stuff in there, and there's no, I mean, I think there is a storage limit at some point, but I think it would be a ridiculous amount of information that you would have to have in there. So Charise and I both have a tremendous number of documents in both of ours, and we're okay. So we're not paying anything. Oh, no limit. Is it an app? You can get the app also. So I have the app on my phone. I actually have, there's a couple apps you can get. I have the Google, I don't think you can see that because of the glare. I have the Google Drive app, and then I also have the Google Docs app and the Google Sheets app. So I have access to everything, which is great. Let's see. Okay, you'd only have an issue with the limit if you're saving a lot of videos and photos. Okay, thanks, Dina, which I don't do on there. So that's not really an issue for me. So I find this tremendously helpful because, like I said, like I have a doc of all my videos that I send out about all the programs. So if a potential challenger says, you know, I'm interested in a 21-day fix, and we get to that point in the conversation and I'm going to send a video, I have it right with me, copy, paste, done. I'm not reinventing the wheel. There's certain things like the description of each of the challenge packs, you know, when they're like, well, what do I get with that? I have those written up. So I'm not constantly retyping the same information, and I just have it in docs in my Google Drive. So it just makes my life so much easier. I have everything at my fingertips, because you don't want to be retyping it 9,000 times or saying, oh, who did I send that to last time that I can copy it and paste from it? That's not an efficient way to work. You want to work smarter, you know, and not harder. So work smart. And I find that using a system like this will help you to work much more efficiently and much smarter, and it will save you time, frustration, and will, I think, make you more successful in the business. Any questions on Google Drive? Okay, so your homework is, if you do not have it, sign up for a Gmail and then set up your Google Drive and just, you know, upload. It could be anything. It could just be your grocery shopping list for the week. Just put it up there, and you can share it to your husband and make him go shopping. I like that idea. So, you know, just give it a test run, play around with it a little bit. The more you play with it, the more comfortable you'll get. Okay? So Charise, and actually I also do this, but Charise has a really nice presentation on how she organizes her prospects in her Google Drive.
Yeah, not a presentation, but just really a quick.
Making you sound very fancy. It's a presentation. Get ready. Get out your notebooks.
This is super quick, but this is just like the easiest way. And some of you have seen this from my team, but you know, you're constantly adding friends every week or every day, right? You're adding 3 to 4 new friends on Facebook a day. So if you go here on Facebook, the little arrow, and then go to activity log, and then hit more, and then go up to friends, wherever it is. Where did it go? Friends. You will see all of the people that you sent friend requests to and all the people that you became friend requests with. So 2 times a week, I have it scheduled for a daily agenda to go through here and see any of the new people that I have become friends with. And so what I do is I copy and paste right from here. That person is actually a coach, but here, let me do this one. So Cindy here, I'm going to copy her name. And then I'm going to go to my Google Sheet where I have my prospects, which is, hold on one second while I pull it up. Hold on, I just have to get that page up first. Okay. So after I've copied that name, I'm going to go to my Google Sheets, which is my 2016 prospects. And then I scroll down and I just paste the name in here. And what's really cool by pasting it in there is that if you click it, it has the hyperlink saved to the person's profile. So then I can just click right on it and open it up to this new friend, right? And so each day when I'm quickly trying to form my new prospects, I go through and just power through my Google Sheets and like and comment on 3 of their posts that I haven't seen. So that's pretty awesome because it's just such a fast way to go through. That way you don't have to create an interest list in Facebook, which is something we had suggested before in the past. Does anyone else do this, or has anyone else tried this? No? Jen? Yeah. And Maureen now. Yep. Yeah, it's super easy. So you can power through. And then let me just bring up that list again. I've talked about this before. But you can also color code, which is the big win for me. So I have the day that I first add them, and then the notes that I want to remember about them, and then I color code like the people in red bought, the people in aqua are the people about to buy, the people in yellow are the people who are going to buy later. So it's basically bought, talking to right now, and will buy later kind of thing. So this is super easy, but like if you see all these hyperlinks, you can see how quickly it is to just go through and click and visit. So that is my prospect list. Does anyone have questions about that? Kristen, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, so that's just like recent people that you friended. Do you also have a larger list of like every person you've ever come in contact with through Beachbody? Because I saw it only looked like 40 names.
Yeah.
So to me, that looks like just the people you're working with right now, but I'm assuming you have a much larger list.
Yeah, I have a list from all of last year too.
And you use the same Google form for that list? So you don't use like a CRM, like a CEO, Beachbody, those other ones?
Yeah, so this I have Google Sheets, and so if I'm not sure what my conversation or my past is with somebody, I just use the Control F and search their name in both 2015 and 2016, and then check my latest notes for that person once their name comes up. I do use Automatic CEO, which is a paid service, and that's my CRM system. But I don't put all of my prospects in there. What goes in there are my leads, my Beachbody leads, my customers, and then also like when I run ads and collect people's email addresses, I put them in there because I put them on like autoresponders, 7-day free clean eating plans, things like that. So that's where I collect all my people where it's email address focused. For everyone who's Facebook focused as my entry point into talking to them, they're in my Google Sheets, if that makes sense. Good? Okay. So I also want to show you guys Google Calendar. And I think several of you have hopefully watched the Melanie Mitro video that we've shared saying how she does her Google Calendar. And if you didn't see it, basically, she said it took her 2.5 years of trying every single kind of time management organization system possible, and she came to Google Calendar as what is the best. And so I've started using it, and I'm really liking the way I'm doing it right now, so I wanted to show you how I am doing that. So let me share my screen again. There we go. Okay, so you can't see my task list because it's right underneath. Okay, I'm moving the little sidebar, so I can't see you guys right now. but there's a task list here on the right, which hopefully you can see. And so what I do is I have my daily tasks, like things that I have to do every single day, and also things that are specific to a day. And I put them in for the day. And then when I check them off, they go, you know, away. Basically, they are checked off. But if it's something like challenge group check-in, which is something that I want to do every day, so after I've done it, instead of checking it off, I simply then assign it to the next day. So then, if you look at my week, you can see challenge group check-in just moved to Wednesday, January 20th. So what's really cool is I can basically go through a checklist of everything I have to do in a day, but then after I complete it, if it's something that has to repeat, then what I do is just change the date and put it to the next day. And the reason that I like this is because then I constantly, the night before, and it's like the very last thing that I'm doing, reminding myself of all of the things that I have to do the next day. Some of them are time bound, some of them are not time bound, but either way, they're a task that can just keep moving. Let's see, how do you assign it the next day? My tasks keep disappearing at the end of the day. So Dina, instead of checking it off, instead of clicking the check, let me show you what I do. So what I would do is, so Emerald Training Post, I click the little arrow on the right here, and when I do that, this comes up, and there's this little calendar. So then I can move it to the next day, and then go back to list. So for the things that are not a one-time task, it just simply gets moved to the next day. So that's what I do, either like if I'm going through the list or things at the end of the day, I move it to the following day. So it keeps moving along with my calendar. Does that make sense or no? Yeah? Okay. And you have to actually, hold on, let me share my screen one more time so you can see something quick. To have the task list built into your calendar, you have to go over here to the left where it's My Calendars and make sure that Tasks is actually selected, because I don't believe that it's pre-selected. So you do have to select it so it shows up under My Calendars. And then the taskbar comes up on the right, and then you have the ability to create the task and have it keep moving through the days. And then if you want to create a regular event, you know, like these things like where I'm staying and my flights and stuff, then you just go to create and then type in anything there, and you can color code it. You can invite other people. You can just put in like any amount of information. Oh yeah, that's where you add other people to it. So that is super easy. But the moving task list is really, really, really helping me. So I would highly recommend it. Any other questions about that? No? Okay. What am I doing? You're going from here, right, Jen?
I got it.
Okay.
Excuse me. So just similarly, I can't show it because on my phone, but I do use the iPhone calendar, and you can do very similar thing. You can tell it to remind you every day to do a certain task and whatnot, and you can set it up daily with a reminder. So I need a lot of reminders sometimes, so I'll put the reminders in and my phone yells at me to make sure that I do the tasks that I have to do. So the next thing I wanted to show you about being organized was a binder. So I have my handy dandy binder, and those of you who are in the AMP training right now, you all have binders. In my binder, because again, as your business keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, you need to have systems in place so that you can keep everything organized and stay on top of things. So in the first section of my binder, I have my power hour sheets. So there are checklists that I use every single day of all the activities that need to get done, and this is in my team page, as far as what we need to get done every single day. So that way it's a visual. I'm a visual person. I need to see it. I love to check it off, and that way I know it's done. It makes me feel very, very accomplished. I have the tasks, and then I also have the last page of it. Sorry. You can look at this more detail on the files section of our team page. But social media post ideas, I have my current challengers, people I'll speak to this week about Beachbody and non-Beachbody, and coaches I'll speak to this week. This is a great planning tool. I can sit down on Sunday and plan out who I'm going to talk to this week, which prospects I'm going to talk to, which coaches I need to check in with, what kind of, if I have any, sometimes I know for me, I'll have like a flood of ideas about challenge posts, different posts rather for Facebook, and you obviously can't put them all up at once. So this is a great place to jot them all down, because then there's other times when you're like, I need a really good post, and you can't think of a darn thing. So then you can look here and you can say, oh, well, I had these really good ideas, and now I can put them into place. So having a power hour sheet, whether it's this one, your own, I don't care. As long as you have something that helps to keep you organized, please, please, please use it, because it's really helpful. The next section of my binder is my goal section for myself. So I have it printed out what my goals are for 2015. I have my, our team, I know Charise's team hit Elite this current year. My team is going for it. So I have my Elite tracker in here. So I'm able to keep track month by month how many Elite points my team is earning. And again, it's right here. I can check in whenever I want. The next section, I have my sponsorship drill downs printed out. So if you go into the back office and you hit sponsorship drill down, you can filter the report. I know it's like 5,000 columns long, and if you attempt to print that, you just can never have paper long enough or wide enough. So what I did was eliminate some of the extraneous columns, just the ones I really needed, and then printed it that way. So I have a list of all my coaches, my husband's coaches, and my second business center coaches. Right here, I wrote down the date they joined, because that's very important when you're going for Elite. Their current status, their legs, things of that nature. I have it right here in front of me, so that way, if I'm like, oh wait, who's on my left, who's on my right, sometimes it's hard. You can only remember so much. This keeps me organized. This is a quick reference that I can look, and I can really be on top of my coaches and give people advice when they want to know how to build their teams. I look how I did it. So that's another section of my binder. So for right now, those are the things that I am keeping in my binder. I have and then the back is Nashville and Punta Cana. So that's the fun section of the binder. That's in the back. All the things I printed out from when registered and whatnot. So those are the things that I've been really doing, and this binder I'm finding incredibly, incredibly helpful. So I would definitely encourage you, if you don't have a binder, I would encourage you to start one, because it is really, really helpful. And the next thing I was going to talk about was the iNotes. It's all about having something that's portable and goes with you. iNotes is very similar to what the Google Drive can do, but in smaller sections. So I don't put huge documents in here. I have to-do lists in here. I have like all the phone numbers, so coach relations, customer service, my coach ID, my husband's, the day that my Shakeology shipped, because when you have to change your flavor, what the heck date does my shipment come? So I have it saved on there. So that way when I wanted to change to the new cafe latte, I just looked in here, boom, do my change. I don't have to go searching for that information. I have some quick scripts in here. I have, just looking to see what else I have in here. I have my transformation story. So that way, I put that up every couple of weeks. I'm not rewriting that every time. So I just copy and paste it. I have it in a note on my iPhone, and I just repaste it. If I have a post that gets a tremendous amount of likes and comments and interest, I copy and put it into a note so that I can reuse it at a later date with a different picture. To change, so people don't think they're looking, and change the wording a little bit. But if it obviously had a strong response, there was a reason. People were interested in that content. So why not use it again in 6 weeks or 8 weeks? If they remember, God bless them. I can't remember that far back what I've seen on Facebook. Good wording to use. The coach sign up process. So when someone wants to become a coach, I have the directions. I just copy and paste it. Again, it's all about portability, making things easy, and being able to give, if someone's asking you a question, you don't want them to have to wait 20 minutes for an answer. If you can just copy, paste, boom, you're gonna come across looking like you are very efficient, you are very organized, you are someone they can trust and want to work with. So that's why I find that helpful. And then Charise was just going to mention how she uses her whiteboard.
Yes, I'm all about the whiteboard this year. And the ladies that are in AMP right now know how much we're emphasizing the whiteboard this year. So I want to give you a quick look at my whiteboard, but I'm going to talk you through the things that I have included in here. So, but you can just see how like I have different colors, I hope, and different sections on here, but I'm going to tell you what I have included. And if you want to write these down, what I think is so great is obviously all these other systems we're talking about, everything is piecemeal, right? You know, there's something here, there's something here, there's something here. There's not one place where you can kind of see all of the things that are most important to you at once right up here. And I have to tell you that I have heard the whiteboard recommended over and over again, and I have ignored this piece of advice for too long. And now that I've gotten going with it, I'm just thinking, wow, I was such a moron to not listen to this smart advice, because it really does make a difference for me to see the whole picture. So if you could, you know, try to listen this time and not take as long as I did to pick up on this, it would probably be really helpful to you. So the first thing that I have on the right are my groups to check into every day. And so I have anybody that I need to specifically be checking on. Now, obviously, the longer you're a coach, the more people you're going to have to check on. But first, I have a list of my challengers. So if you have challengers in your current challenge group, there's challengers and then their names. If you have challengers in the bonus challenge group, then it's the bonus challenger. I literally came home from Summit and went to Staples the next day. Literally, that's awesome. So, and then, you know, if you have people in the bonus group, you have their names there. If you have people in Coach Basics, then you have their names there. I have people in Emerald Training, their names are there. I have people in an accountability group, their names are there. I have people in AMP group, their names are there. And then I have my Team Cup group, their names are there. And then we're gonna have the larger team group where all the Team Cups are, Team Cup people are, so all their names will be there too. So all the people that I'm kind of keeping track on, because, you know, for anybody who is willing to work, I want to be able to work with those people and to see their names right there. Because other times, literally, I have to search through my sponsorship Jillian and be like, who am I forgetting? Who else is a working coach? Who else is an active coach right now? You can only manage that all in your head for so long. So seeing all the names there is super helpful. Then I have a next area, which are things coming up, things that I'm planning. It might be like a kind of group training that I'm planning for right now, or it could be like Dina's free group coming up, you know, something that's on the horizon, things that I want to remember to either plan for or invite to. All of those things are listed in one section. Then I have underneath there my business centers, so I can track my growth. So I have my first business center, my second business center, and my husband's business center. And then I have then I have a lot, so that just the number of coaches that I currently have in each business center, and then the number of active status coaches I have in each business center. Obviously, there's a disparity between the two numbers. If you don't have a ton of coaches, this is where you want to list out your coaches' names. You want to have your left leg and your right leg, have the names listed there and say, you know, whether they're active or if there's any kind of thing coming up that you need to remember, like, oh, so-and-so told me she has a Shakeology backup. She's putting her stuff on hold for the month of February. That's where you put a little note. So anything that has to do with active or inactive status should go right there. Then in the middle, I have my weekly agenda. So that's anything that has to be done on a specific date. And I've assigned myself tasks to do regularly on specific dates. That way I don't feel like, oh, I know I have to get this done in the week, but when will I do it? Well, there's certain things I only do on certain days now. So obviously I have like team call Wednesday, AMP call Thursday, challenger check-ins, which I highly recommend adding to your whiteboard, Sunday and Thursday. So that's just not just checking in your challenge group, but shooting them a private message and being like, how did the week go? How is Shakeology? How's your issue with this? You know, awesome that you lost, another pound this week. How are you feeling about that? Those check-ins, you do that. If you always do it on 2 days of the week, you're not going to fall behind, and you're giving them special attention. This is what I was talking about before with Kristen's question about automatic CEO. So all my new Beachbody leads and all of my email leads that come in through ads that I run, that's a lot of just general input into a system. So I don't want to lose track of those people, but I don't want to feel like I'm doing it every time, every time something comes in. So I have it scheduled for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I only do it on those days. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is, maybe for you, maybe you just have new leads because you're an Emerald coach. So maybe on those days, that's when you look to see if you have new leads, and that's when you reach out to them. So maybe you go through your lead list on those days. The first day, you send them an email. The second time on Wednesday, you send them a text message. Then you do one more try, another text message, that kind of thing. On Thursday, that's when I go through my new Facebook friends list. So the thing that I showed you with the activity log, on Thursdays, I go through all my new friends that have come in, and then they get put into my Google sheet of new prospects. That happens on Thursdays. And then there's like some things that are going to be more not daily, but happen on a certain week. So like I update the team cover photo in the middle of the month, and at the end of the month, we'll do a Success Club raffle for anybody who has hit Success Club. That will be the first week of each month. I'm going to be checking my sponsorship drill down for active status Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's basically my weekly agenda. But then my daily agenda goes right underneath that. And let's see, what exactly do you text your leads? I have never used that method of communication, only email, and I've gotten a few answers. I just say, hi, I'm Charise, I'm your Beachbody coach. Just wanted to reach out to see how you're liking your products and if there's any way that I could help. Also, here's the link to my Facebook profile. I'd love to connect with you there if possible. Some people ignore me there. Sometimes you don't get the phone number, but I actually have gotten people to write me back on text more often than email, so I highly suggest it. Let's see, so for daily agenda, and Jen's saying I've sent letters in the mail in the past too. I used to do that as well, something I got away from, but that I would love to get back to. So daily agenda is doing my workout, drinking Shakeology, doing 3 posts on my personal Facebook profile, doing a minimum of 5 posts on my Facebook like page, doing my group check-ins, going through my Google task list, posting in the team group, sending 4 new friend requests, sending 3 new invites, doing my follow-ups, doing my professional development, and starting 3 non-Beachbody conversations. So that's in my daily agenda section. And then on the left of the board is big picture. And so these are my larger goals. So examples of what I have here are to build my weak leg in my first business center. That's going to be a big focus for me for the entire year. There are things that I have to kind of replace and build up, places in my second business center, in my husband's business center. So if, let's say, you need an Emerald, or your next Emerald needs 1 coach or something like that, you want to have that there in your big picture aisle. Bigger goals, like I want to sign 3 new coaches per month, that I want to have a minimum of 3 new challengers in a challenge group every month, that I want to hit SC5 every month, that I want to have something that I'm working on is like a more efficient and very targeted Facebook advertising plan. That's something that I'm going to be working on throughout the year, that I'm in the throes of, but something that I want to be very specific this year. That I want to increase my SC base. SC base is something you guys might not have thought too much about, but it's the number of personally sponsored coaches that you have hitting Success Club each month. So maybe you have 1 coach who hits SC a month, but you want to increase it to 3. You want to have that kind of goal there. And then the other goal that I have there, and one that we should all talk more about, is the leadership ladder. So when you sign into your Coach Online office, you have the little Success Club tab up automatically. There's personal volume and team volume. On the right, there is leadership ladder. So right now I'm a team leader, and I've been team leader for a while, and it's a great rung to have, but I really want to make the jump this year to organization leader. And it's a really big jump. And so I have those qualifications for organization leader underneath there. And what's so great about Leadership Ladder is it's not rank focused. It takes into consideration everything that it would take to bounce your business to the next level. Like for you to really feel like you're operating on a different level, when you go up a rung on the leadership ladder, you're going to feel that. You're going to feel more money, more volume, more coaches, more success, more everything. So you want to look at Leadership Ladder and look at the requirements to get to the next rung. It'll say exactly what you need to do, and also put that in your big picture section. So that's my whiteboard for now, but I love it and I highly recommend you do it. Does anyone have questions about anything that we've talked about? Okay.